the politicians to arrive. Mayor Bloomberg and Governor Patterson came down to a press conference on site. And this is where Governor Patterson coined the phrase, the miracle of the Hudson. But, it wasn't really a miracle. Now, Sully and I brought a lifetime of experience to bear. In aviation, we measure experience by flight hours. And the highest time participant was the airplane itself, which had 25,000 flying hours. And it's about 14 years in existence at that point. Both Sully and I have almost exactly 20,000 hours. That's 2 1/3 years in the air, laid end to end for each of us. And other than hitting the geese, everything went our way. We were lucky. Maybe we made our own luck. But we had 3.5 minutes to effect a change in our futures. You don't do a lot of in-depth thinking in a situation like that. You can't debate a solution or ponder a possible outcome. It's all reaction. And when you react, all you have is what you bring to the table, your education, your experiences, and the teamwork that you've developed to work together in a perilous situation. Now, I find that many people seem to feel that they're personally invested in this incident. I think mostly because they spend so much time watching it on TV. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about what led up to the successful outcome. Being an airline pilot is kind of an odd occupation. We're scheduled entirely by computers and by faceless voices on the phone. Our bosses aren't down the hall, they're thousands of miles away. And if you show up when you're supposed to and do what you're supposed to, you very likely will never ever meet or talk to your boss. You operate with complete autonomy. But on the other hand, management can never give us any guidance to make the right decisions in the field in a situation like this. They never participate in the day-to-day decision making because it's done by us on site in the airplane. And that's why our procedures, our checklists are so very important to us. And on top of that, we work with people that we have never met. As I said, it's not unusual for me to show up for a trip and I haven't flown with any of the 4 other people I'm going to work with on that day. But we still have to act as a cohesive team from the very first takeoff. We do that by rigidly following a litany of what we call standard operating procedures. Procedures that we're taught to do the same way every single time. And we have specific ways of communicating. Watching a flight crew on a flight deck is like watching a choreographed dance. We have interconnected actions, thoughts, and gestures. We even have specific emergency protocols that we follow. When Sully said my aircraft, it meant more than that he was going to fly the airplane. It meant that my role had completely changed to that of a troubleshooter. In high workload situations, we split duties instantly along pathways that we have trained and practiced for many years. Even faced with the unexpected, we know what to do. This structure allows us to work as a team from the very first moment we fly together. I didn't know Sully, but I knew exactly what he was going to do in any situation, and he knew the same thing of me. There wasn't a lot of verbal communication between us at all. We never made eye contact, but I can't tell you, can't really explain it. We knew exactly what was in each other's heads and exactly what the big picture was. We had an intuitive knowledge of what each other was thinking. 2 people working as one, the very definition of a team. And I said this didn't work or occur from years of working together because the first time I ever met Sully was 3 days before, at the beginning leg of this trip. It was our training, our procedures, and our systems, the tools that enable us to function as a crew. On January 15th, we had 2009, we had a lot of luck and a lot of help. It was a team effort from the start. Sully and I, the air traffic controller, flight attendants, boat crews, who so quickly came to our rescue, the first responders, the passengers themselves, all had an equal role to play in the miracle in the Hudson, and everyone was critical to the outcome. Most pilots spend lifetimes preparing for an emergency that never happens, an incident that never occurs. And I wasn't so lucky. But people asked me if I was scared. And I wasn't. I guess I wasn't scared because, we knew the score, we knew what to do, we had a window to see on, we had a plan. But I was telling this to one of our flight attendants, Sheila Dale, once. I said, you weren't really afraid in the cockpit, but I can imagine how you must be terrified in the back. I mean, they sit right behind blank the cockpit bulkhead, rear-facing jump seat. They, of course, have heard the birds impact the airplane. They've heard the engines fail. They know that the passengers are, upset about something or another. They don't even have a window to look out. And I think you can imagine how frightening that might be. And she told me that when they didn't know what was going on, she was afraid. But then they heard the brace for impact command. And she started into her procedures, chanting, brace, brace, heads down, stay down, over and over and over again. And she said it was odd. She said she put aside thoughts of herself, and instead she was thinking about how I'm finally going to get to do what I have been trained for 29 years to do. I'm finally going to get to accomplish what I was put on this airplane to do. Her strength came from within. She knew what to do, and she wasn't afraid of it.